This episode of the Breuniverse is sponsored by Century H2O.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Brewer.
Jim Breuer.
Hey, this is Jim Brewer.
Hello, Michael.
What's up, dude?
This is better. We have a cool interview today. I don't know if you know about that.
I do.
All right. Well, let's just jump right into it. Let's get Miss Lang. Jay Lang.
Yes.
How are you?
Hello. I'm wonderful. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Me too.
You're in Canada, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Vancouver. Yeah.
I was just in Vancouver.
Ah,
Yeah, I forgot where I played. I think it was the only Canada spot I played. It was Vancouver. It's beautiful
Wow.
there. You're
Yeah.
in, it's so pretty there.
yeah. It's a rainforest. Like they say, we don't tan here; we rust. Like it's just rains, especially this time of year. But it's absolutely it's beautiful. Yeah, for sure.
So you had this whole interview, and I was like, well, let's just podcast it. Let's do it that. That's way more interesting than just answer it through an email or answer it just blandly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd much rather do it this way. This is more fun. So go ahead. This is your hour. Go rock and
We're
roll.
shooting. Okay, good. Okay, so what motivated you to venture into writing books, like alongside with your career in comedy?
My spiritual, some people call them, what do they call it? They're spiritual stories that I have encountered in my life that I feel are deeply connected in ways we can't see, we can only feel. Many of us don't understand, and they've happened to me, and I feel like I've been in tune with them pretty much most of my life. And so that was the real drive, honestly, behind the whole book. And if the last part of the title, which we just kept fighting over, is End Spiritual Warrior.
Mm-hmm.
That's what was really driving the book. Telling stories and all that is easy for me. I'm a storyteller. I'm a street storyteller kid. But making people laugh is one thing. But when you can spiritually connect with them or get them to think, wow, I never looked at it that way, or I felt that too, and I thought I was crazy. And I didn't want to talk about it because people think it's, quote, religious or whatever. But that's why I really started writing that book. And I put a lot of those stories in. But so that was the real driving force of the book. And if I were to write it, another one, which I said I'm going to, it would definitely be more in that direction.
Cool. That's so cool. That's wonderful. Kind of full circle kind of thing, hey? Do you think?
Yeah, I don't want to tour a lot next year. I want to do more funny, deeper spiritual stuff here and there. I feel better when I put that out there.
Nice. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So how do you find the balance when you're crafting jokes as opposed to writing more long form narratives? You know what I mean? Like,
So the long form comes first. And then once I figure out the long form of the whole, it all depends. Sometimes I'll come up with something and then I'll take a couple steps back and go, whoa, I can really expand on this. So what I like doing is I start with something and then I look at every tentacle like an octopus. Let's say it's just here. I'll give you an example. I remember when I was younger, one of my first bits was trying to sneak in the house late at night after a couple drinks. And it was just simply the dog. The dog would rat me out.
But then my mom, that's why she set the tone Don't want to wake her up. 4 in the morning, 16, you've been drinking. That's waking up a demon. That's the monster. You can hear it snoring. And I do say it, because at that time of night, it's an it. I was just about to get to my bed. I forget I have a dog. Not a Ludo, a German Shepherd. He went, once Jim, you're quite late, don't you think? Mother would be quite upset. In the current condition you are in, my friend, especially since it says I'm a dick on your forehead. And he grabbed the dog. Hey, shh. Hey, shh. Who's your buddy? I'm gonna let go of your mouth, so you're gonna be cool, okay? Okay? Shh. Hey, tomorrow. I just wanna lay down and talk to you. Tomorrow, we will go to the doggy park and play stick with all your friends as long as you're cool, okay? I gotta go to bed right here. And not knowing it, the dog goes, you want me to be quiet and not tell the one who feeds me so we can go play stick at the park. With uns all my friends. Yes. Tell me, will it be like all the other times when you gather with your friends, smoke weed, and you grab your stick and you won't pretend to throw it? And I look like an uns asshole running around looking for the park as you giggle. Jim's home and he's wasted on the floor.
And it was literally maybe a minute and a half. Then it turned into, well, why not make the dog funny? And then I'd venture into that. Why not make the evening funny and what led up to this moment? Yeah, let's add them. And then next thing you know, hey, what about when my mom wakes up? What happens then? And how do I eventually get to the bed? So then the next thing you know, it turns into this 15 minute starts here, brings you on the journey, and goes there. So I'm always looking for little avenues. And in that avenue, how do I make every single little area relatable that everyone can understand and find the funny in that? It's not always easy, but that's how my madness works.
Brilliant. That's so cool. I love that. Actually, it's amazing how much all authors, all writers have that kind of process, and it sounds very similar. It's just expanding, and cause and action and reaction and stuff, and how that plays out. But to be able to, capture that and put it into prose or into writing is very skillful. So you do that very well. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, can you describe what your creative process is like when you're transitioning from writing comedy material as opposed to writing for your book? Like, do you have a process at all, or how do you kind of zone into the next phase?
I honestly, the writing is I write way too much fat, because I feel like I have to get so much in. So if I'm writing, you're talking about stand up, just writing the
Yeah,
stand up. Yeah.
yeah.
So when I write stand up, I don't write it all out. I honestly, like yesterday, I had a moment with my daughter, and I started. My wife interrupted a couple times me talking to my daughter, and I went over the top, and it turned into this thing. And then what usually happens is it happens in a moment, and while I'm in the moment, I go, "Oh, this would." I got to bring this. I got to bring this part to the stage. Everyone's going to be able to relate to this, and so
Hmm.
that I don't. I really don't write a lot anymore. I literally have figured out my own formula. I do the premise and I visualize it. Everything I do
Wow.
it everything I do I visualize and I walk it out, or I find the cartoony visual, and then
Hmm.
what I do is I trust that will lead to other moments that are funny, and then when it's over, I look at what avenues were really working, and then I just start going for it. But
Wow.
very rarely anymore do I sit there and go, okay, I'll start with this. I never know what I'm starting with, and then I'm going to end with this. It always seems to find its own. But um, I honestly think I'm a lazy writer. I'm a very lazy writer.
um, are there any techniques, comedic techniques or skills from your stand up that that you found useful when you started writing, or no? Do you know what I mean?
No, I know this sounds silly, but I grew up a 70s cartoon kid. So the more I can get animated, the more I can make. I know how to I learned young how to work the microphone and how to make cool sounds that are always in my head. Um, so sometimes I'm writing and I'm actually like, ooh, I can really go crazy with the microphone on this one. So a lot of times it's the microphone literally becomes my prop, and the voices can become a prop, and that also inspires me to go in certain directions with creating certain routines.
Wow, cool. That's so cool. Okay, so last question I have here, but is there anything you can share about? You kind of just did a little bit there, but about your upcoming projects and yeah, anything that you can share with everybody about, you know?
Well, to me, the number one is to get these really. I think the entire world right now needs to think deeper, needs to get connected on such a deep. I know it sounds cliche and all that, but a deeper, um, connected way that has nothing to do with power or sex or ego or anything else. I think we started from a real beautiful place,
Mhm.
and I see that a lot when I travel outside to other countries, into more rural, more tribal atmosphere. And I don't know where we went to or what happened. I mean, I have an idea what happened, but I really feel that's going to be the most important thing for humanity in general. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm dead serious, because the more we allow our false idols, our politicians, our government officials, our sports leaders, our entertainers, the more you look at all them and what they've done for all of us for centuries, it's been beyond a disaster.
Mhm.
And I don't know why I don't know why we as people are so afraid to just bond together and start and just start connecting on a deeper level. Like I mean, I remember being on Rogan, like, what, why can't we get people from Palestine and Israel to sit down and we all talk? Why do why the leaders have to be involved? Because all they want to do is kill and take over. Why you can't tell me if we get people from Ukraine and Russia to sit down for a month straight with one another, and we all just hash things. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Not only am I confident we'll figure it out, we'll have a lot of laughs, we'll have a lot of cries, and we'll find a lot of things that unite us, and that we'll be able to
Wonderful.
work, and then we'll be able to work together. But you know, when you rely on your leaders and our leaders, they've proven to us more and more, all they want is to take our money. They want to send our children to go kill. They want to send our money to enforce killing. They want to take our money, call it taxes. They're demons. They're demons. And the reason why I call them demons is because in any position, when you choose power, money, war over humanity, love, and understanding, you're leaning in the evil. You're either good or evil. You feed the good wolf or the bad wolf.
Yeah.
And even, you know, and I'll hear, and it's a tragedy when you hear people say, well, they did this first, so they deserve it. What a horrifying thing to say. I know if someone came to my house and did something terrible to one of my family members, I'm going to get I may get that person back, but I'm not going to slaughter their family and everyone related to their family. And it's, we put too much trust, too much of our spirituality, too much of our family knowledge, too much of our morality into people that have proven over and over again they don't care about you. Matter of fact, borderline, they despise you. So
Yeah.
I think it's very, very important that we're going to need something very powerful, something beautiful, something that comes from pure love. And I'm not talking about rights and sexual rights and all that. That's another whole thing. I don't like when people say love is love. That's true, but that doesn't include lust. A lot of things they include is lust. So it's time for humans to connect, to look after each other, to be kind to one another. It's not that hard. And hopefully I can put a tiny little pebble in that pond in the next year, and maybe that ripple effect will cause someone else, and it'll just keep going, and then we realize, wow, we're all just fine with without all the noise, without all the noise of media, all the noise of politicians, all the noise of the lawmakers and the lawyers, and what I like to call thieves.
That's a beautiful. I love that so much. I think I agree so much with you, and I think that a lot of it, we've been desensitized because it's so much out there on social media, and it's so much out there now. We've seen the same car accident every day driving past it, so people aren't as impacted as they would have been, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like before, I
Yeah.
think that it's a horror show, but we get so used to the horror show, we're seeing the same, and everything's blown up bigger. There's blood, guts, raping, murders, and all these horrible, horrible things. And it's almost like they've dehumanized. It's dehumanized us in a way too. Yeah.
But it's also, I don't care what anyone says, it's a very well planned agenda. And some people would like to say, no, it's a well designed,
Hmm.
well planned agenda. And I always ask someone, whoever's making the money on exploiting and pushing for violence, war, vanity, ego,
Hmm.
sex, what gender you are, there's your demons.
Yeah.
It's not so much that, I mean, it's the ones selling it on television and on social media, but the ones coordinating it, because The one on TV gets a script. That script comes from somewhere, and that
Yeah.
somewhere has to be approved by a multiple amount of people. There's your monsters. Those are the ones I'd love to see exploited and put out in the everyday life and posted everywhere, and to be held accountable for their actions, because they are disgusting and vile. They're not even human in my life,
I
as
agree.
far as my existence. They have a chance to be, but they're not. They'd rather see chaos.
It's amazing how, yeah, it's amazing how much, and that came out a little bit, I think, with different things that came out a little bit, my books I write about are the entertainment industry, and like you were saying, as far as what's being pushed down the pipe at everybody, especially young people and stuff, on what's important and stuff like that, and yeah, but I think that it would be great. I think that curtain's going to really have to be lifted, off of so many things, and not just to expose people and make them pay, but to
No,
enlighten. No, but to enlighten the masses, I think, in order for them to prompt their free thinking again, and to make sure that they have that power, because I think the world is mostly good. I really do.
it
And
is.
yeah, I do. I think
100% is. And what you
yeah.
said was right too. When I say held accountable,
Hmm.
it is, it's what you say. It's
Hmm.
it's you don't have to violently take him down, and violently it has nothing to do with violence. It's, here's your bad guy.
Hmm.
Now keep an eye on them, because now you know what they're willing to do, and
Hmm.
stop. And now you see where it comes from. They're not good human beings. Look at their bank accounts. Look at what they've done. Look at what they've been part of. Stop listening to them.
Hmm.
Stop. They don't care about you. They're not taking care of your grandmother when she's starting to get senile. She's not looking after your, they don't care about your child who's autistic, and you think you know why, but they'll scream that it isn't.
Yeah.
Um there's they don't care. So it's to expose and say, you know what? They're not to be trusted anymore. Let's start
Hmm.
trusting one another. Let's start trusting one another, and stop getting your information from people you don't know.
Exactly. It's, yeah, I think that's what you said. It has to change, and there has to be, I don't know if you meant like-mindedness, but there has to be this
Yes.
unity, unity amongst people in order to evoke change. Because, like you, I don't. It's not going to come from the top. They're not going to say, you know what, we're real jerks, and you know what, we've decided that,
Yeah.
we don't want all this money that we're taking from you. We don't want to, not care about you anymore. Darn it, we've had a real, conscience thing. It's like, that ain't going to happen, right? So I think it's going to have to come from from the masses.
Us.
It's going to have to come from people. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and to be honest with you, I think it is.
Do you?
Yeah.
Good.
I think it's already happening. I really
That's
do.
awesome.
I
Yeah,
got a
that's
lot. I got a lot of confidence in it, and I'm starting to feel it. It may not always be pretty, but I think it has begun, and it's on its way. We'll
that's
see,
so
though.
cool.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll hope for good things, right? Put it out there, good positive energy, and
Absolutely,
yeah, yeah.
absolutely,
I'm
Jay.
with you.
Absolutely, Jay. So, thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You're such a nice person, and thank you for giving me this time, and I really appreciate that. So
No,
yeah.
thank you for reaching out and all that. And I wish you the best, and hopefully we'll see you up there in Vancouver one time.
Yes, well, I'll be coming. And when you come back here next time, I'll definitely be coming. So thanks for everything, Jim. I really appreciate it. So, yeah.
Have a good one. Take care.
You too. Bye. Bye.
All right. Don't go anywhere. More from Brewer Unleashed.
It's the Breuniverse.
What did I say?
You said Brewer Unleashed.
Jesus.
How many people are like, I thought this was a stand-up show. Like, what's going on? I apologize.
So we're gonna do an update. Are you aware of this?
Yep. Bringing Nelson back from
Yeah,
Century H2O.
yeah. You remember when he came on?
Yes, sir.
They dropped that train right in the middle of 5 of their wells, 57 feet deep. That train got dropped. That fluid went into those wells. That material went into the aquifers of Adirondacks. That fluid went down rivers. It's destroying things. I don't believe that they even, if they were that concerned, you would never ignite it. They poured some kind of fluid on that material to burn it. They would never ignite it, that material, without the EPA standing there. The EPA wasn't even there when they did this. That put fumes in the air, which in turn went across the country.
And this shows you how much time has passed. When he came on, people forget, not Palestine as in what's going on now and that madness. We're talking about Palestine, Ohio. Let me remind a lot of you that there was a major spill there. Oh yeah, remember that? Ohio, Palestine. Remember that? All these major waterways leaking chemicals. Nelson, he sent me this whole wellness system that I'm not a scientist. I don't know. And it filters the water. Let's get an update, because it's always good to get nice updates. And Nelson has, I believe, and hopefully, a good update with the Century Water. Let's get Nelson on here. How you been, bro?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. What you doing?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. You're not a busy, crazy, cleaning more water stuff guy?
Well, now that you mention it, we decided to go back to Ohio.
Yeah.
And we connected with the Trump organization.
Okay,
And
when you say that, all right, before we even go any further, because when you say, as in Donald Trump?
The president, yes.
Got you. President Trump, when you say reach to his organization.
Yes.
Who is that?
Don Jr.
Okay.
So my partner in all this is a guy called John Rourke. He owns Blue Line Trucking, plug. Okay. So Blue Line and Don Jr. are partners in a moving company in Florida. Okay.
Huh.
So we connected, and we decided to go back to Ohio, and we're going to give one system to every home in the city of East Palestine, Ohio.
How many homes is that?
1,965.
So you're going to give 1,000
yes
of these into homes.
2,000,
bro.
Basically. Yep.
2,000. That's huge, and that's to filter out. And how are they doing in that
Not
area?
Good.
Still, I mean,
not good. Cancer.
And no one's talking about this.
No,
see,
no one cares.
This is the genius of media.
Yes.
When you first came on here, which, by the way, my system's incredible. Thank you again. I have been taking this thing called Covey-Lite and all that, but either way, I haven't got sick before that, and I don't know if it has anything to do with that, just the clean water. But I haven't been sick, and a lot of times I get sick, especially when I go on the road. And I'm not saying that's what this did, but it's you definitely. My wife feels the difference. I'll tell you that. So this is what people don't remember. The last time you were on here, there was that major spill,
right,
and it all got poisoned. And and people just like, yeah, oh look, Trump's on trial. Kill him, free him. This is bullshit. Oh my God, the prison. Meanwhile, people are dying and they're getting sick here in the country as we try to fund more wars. Incredible.
Well, why not? You don't make money off of fixing people's health. You make money off of more wars.
That's right. So all right, explain to me what's going on. I want to interrupt.
So
you tell me, Nelson.
My wife and I decided that we gave away 200 already, and we're going to go back in and give away 2,000 more. Okay. We decided to go and finish something that we started. Now, what you got to remember is President Trump went there and he said, if the administration doesn't fix this, I will be back. Remember that when he went and gave water away?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And everyone thought it was a political stunt.
Well, it ain't. So here's what's
Of
happening.
course it ain't.
Here's what's happening. We are
Yeah.
connected. So Don Jr., he has one of our systems in his home. He's drinking our water. He has a
Okay.
whole house system. Okay. So we've upgraded. So last time I spoke with you, all we had was that under the sink system. Now we have full house system. We have well systems. We have 3 or 4 different products. And we have a shower head system. So
Oh, really?
Yes. Big deal. Okay. You could use that on the road. Plug it in. You got fresh water from your shower. No poison. Okay.
Oh, whoa,
So-
whoa. Hold on a second. do you also hold on a second now? Do you have it where if I check in a hotel,
Yep.
can I put it in the faucet? Are you there yet or no?
Well, you could drink the water from your shower. It'd be the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I could do that.
And this you screw right on. Unscrew the
Okay.
shower, screw it on. Okay. You're good to go. I'll shoot you one
Okay.
down to you. Okay. So,
Okay.
so that's what we're doing. So we got with the group and we're kind of doing some stuff together. So what's going to happen is, and I got a text from Don Jr. saying he'll make sure if his father can be there, he's going to be there to give these away. I'm putting them together. I'm giving them to the president, and the president's job is to give them away. Finish what he said he's going to start. Okay, how many politicians do you know give you something other than a bunch of nonsense?
Pretty much all of them.
All right, this guy, Donald Trump, is going to hand back a product that actually will save their life. That's how big it is.
He's done a lot of things to save.
Yes,
a lot
he
of
has.
people. I clearly remember him talking about hydrochloroquine. So you can call the man. You can the people debating politics and screaming whatever they want about him can do it all they want, but they also use a broad scope. They love saying he's a this, he's a that, and they never use he never this, he never did that. The thing that got me with him, honestly, was a lot of things. I saw the way he was edited. I saw the way they portrayed him after he say something, and then all these channels would pretend he said something else and put something else out. And it's amazing how that worked. But he also got big into, I remember him talking about the sex trafficking. And I remember his tweets from years ago saying, we got to do something about these missing kids. And this started way back in 2012 when he started tweeting this. He's done quite a lot that, and honestly, the minute they started going after him with such brutal foam at the mouth. I knew like this guy must be like Donnie Brasco. He's been in the mouth of the serpent for a long time, and now he knows how they work, how they fight, how dirty they are, how disgusting. He knows their tactics, and I don't get involved with politics, but I don't have terrible things to say about.
Well, here's the thing. We got all these folks in Ohio. They're in trouble. Simple as that.
Correct.
I got them.
We'll bring back to humanization. This ain't politics. This is humanity.
Humanity, right? I got these people calling me up. When can I get on the list? How do I get my free system? I can't afford one. I'm like, right. Just relax. We'll be there. I got my guy at the VFW. He's set up. He's like 95 years old. Vet.
Yeah.
He's got everything set up. He's good to go.
That's him right now calling. That's
I know. Yeah. And everybody's set up to go. And we're going to probably, we got the mayor of East Palestine. He's coming on board. Vance will be on board. Bernie, this other gentleman who's running for Senate, is going to be on board. So we're going to have it could even be the whole Ohio rally could end up out of this whole thing.
So Nelson, is this when do you think you can pull this off?
October 19th.
You already got it down. October 19th.
There's a reason for that. Here's how it goes. When I went in East Palestine last time, I got a lovely phone call from the EPA.
What was the EPA? Explain to me. I'm dumb as a rock.
EPA, Environmental Protection Agency.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay. So I had the EPA test the water that we cleaned.
Okay.
And I had them test the water that wasn't cleaned through our system. And it didn't come up so good for them. It came up perfect for me. and they weren't
And so,
happy. So then other
mm,
people started contacting us. That company with the I in front of it, those kind of folks. So what we're doing is we're going in on the 19th. Pray to God that he gets elected. I won't be in jail. Life will be good.
we'll who knows where what I call this movie is heading to?
I know, but we're looking at it this way.
I don't know the script, but
I
it's
don't
definitely
either.
getting juicy.
I can only hope, right?
It's juicy. It's juicy.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Well, we're hoping that we get in, we give these away, we give away. It's gonna. We actually went out and set up a 501c for this. Like people can donate
Okay.
To our cause. But
Okay.
what I was telling you before was Dawn and myself. That's my wife. She made a
Yeah.
decision. She said, "Hey, we're gonna make this happen, and it's not cheap. It's gonna
Oh,
be
I can imagine.
yeah, it'll be somewhere around $300,000 to do this. So that's what
And
we're putting into the kitty to make it go.
well, to be honest with you, it feels good too at the end of the day. I mean, you're gonna make profit, and I'm sure you've made profit, but to know you're able to go, you know what, there's going to be opportunities where you can help an area, knowing they can't afford it or knowing they can't, and
Right.
this let them have it. And to be honest with you, it's got to put a lot of eyes. It's got to put a lot of eyes on the heart of what's being done, and it's going
We
to
hope.
bring a lot of people to Century, or at least
Well,
trying to figure out what to do with it.
here's
Buy
the
it.
thing that's really
Yeah.
important too. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
most of the folks are really older in that area. They're
Mhm.
80s, 70s,
They've been
90s.
there forever. The
Right.
homes are older, which is why they don't care too. Poison the elderly. Who cares?
Yeah, hey, I'm getting up there, buddy. Don't talk that way because I could be the
Yeah,
next
but
on the list.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, where do they get? We can blame it on so many other things. Go ahead.
I know. So, but one of the things, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, is when you drink our water,
Yeah.
the oxygen goes into your gut and it cures and it'll attack cancer. Oxygen, cancer can't live in the same place,
Correct. I knew that.
right? And if these people are getting cancer from vinyl chloride, the chances are we may be able to kind of help them, right? And then the pH being at 9.0, that takes the acid that is created in your body, which turns into cancer, and disposes of it. That's why everybody's trying to drink pH water now.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Our water lasts forever. When it goes through our system, the pH never goes back down to 7.5. It stays at 9 forever. We do it with minerals, all natural. Okay. So those are some of the things that the water does, and it takes out the PFAs, that bad thing they're talking about, the vaccine that's in the water now because everybody's been vaccinated. They go to the bathroom. It ends up in your drinking water. We take all of it out, 100% scrubbed. So those are the things you're getting that kind of matter.
Okay.
And I don't know if you noticed this, you should, but you've looked at your wife lately, the lines in her face, if she ever had them, are going away.
Yeah, she looks good. She looks
see?
really good.
The reason
I feel
for
like
that
I look good too.
hydration.
Right.
The minerals that are in the water, the magnesium, calcium, fixes all
Sure.
that. So women love this. This is like a woman's product, man, right off the bat. Every lady over the age of 40 is calling us buying this thing. It's crazy. It's gone off the charts.
Yeah, no, it's getting good. I have some people talking about it already, so it's pretty amazing. And I love that you're going to do this October, what now?
19th.
October 19th, Palestine, Ohio.
And I'll
Hope
tell
it
you,
all
Jim,
works out.
we're happy that we're partnership with you. So we like this is exciting.
It is exciting, and I knew from the beginning, especially your passion and everything you were talking about. I knew you had a drive, but I really, my interest really popped up when you started getting involved with the Palestine water in Ohio, and doing more things like this is very powerful. So we need companies like yours to step up the way they're doing it, to show some type of humanity that we're here to help. And I love you guys that get involved. So
We appreciate
thank
it.
you. You'll keep us informed too, right? Maybe right after October 19th, we can do another recap of how it all went down.
We'll let you know.
Okay.
We'll
All right.
let you know.
I'm gonna hunt Don Jr. down too. I'm gonna hunt him
Please.
down. I will. I
I-
definitely will.
Let Don know that you've spoken with us. We
Okay.
like I said, Kimberly loves the water. She's like going off the deep end on it. She
Okay.
says this is the best thing going. So yeah, touch base with him and it'd be awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna. Hey, if you got nothing going on the 19th and you're in Ohio, got to come by.
I'll tell you right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I think I'm in Switzerland.
Hey,
Going
we can
on.
move this to Switzerland. I like that idea. What are you doing in Switzerland?
Just enjoying life. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do not want to be in this country in October, November.
I don't either.
I do not want to be in this country. I don't. If they're already trying to arrest people, what part of the movie gets crazier as time? I'm home right now, so if I'm home and I'm not away, I promise you I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll love it. I mean, it'll be fun. I mean, what else can you ask for, right?
No,
So,
it'd be pretty amazing. If I'm home and I'm in between trips and I'm not going anywhere, I'll come to Ohio with you guys.
that'll be fun. Oh well, hopefully
right.
we'll see you there.
All right, brother. The best of you and your wife, and thank you for what you're doing.
I appreciate it. Thank you much.
All right, have
care.
a good one.
All right, bye.
You too. All right. So that's Nelson. If you don't remember, I'm sure Mike will put up just little stills. There you go, of the last time he was on, and this is how quick your visual gets distracted. You forget about the livestock that died. How many things have gone on fire? How many derailed trains? How many bridges have collapsed? A lot of things been going on as you watch these great distractions involving your emotions and your time. So, and here's something, this guy, Nelson, did not forget about Palestine, Ohio, which, let's face it, at the end of the day, that water got poisoned. That's a fact. It's a fact. And he's going to go give each home there 200 something homes. Dude, these are a lot of money. This is like not something they put together. He explained the whole thing the first time he was on the podcast. German engineer and these guys. It's pretty. It's not like, yeah, we put that and that and it's done and ready to go. Like I said, I'm giving this. I shouldn't tell him, but yeah, my friend's got a cottage and he's renting it out down here in Naples. And I said, I have my own for the house. You should have that one and you should crush it. So hopefully we'll have a great update on that. And Mike, does he have a social media that we can contact them? Like,
Probably.
is there Century Water or something? Century Well System, clean water at centuryh2o.com. Clean water, that's what I find. There's also centuryh2o.com. Century with an S, Sentry H2O.com. If you want to go check it out. All right. I wish you all the best. I'd like to thank Miss Jay Lang for her questions today, coming in from Canada and showing her interest. And thank all of you for listening, and we'll see you next week on the Breuniverse. Check out tour dates because I don't think I'm touring next year. Have a good one.
Take a look around and what do you see? Mark the date down tonight, we're making history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.